Imagine standing at the edge of something nobody else dares to touch, a place where every expert, every conventional investor warns you to run the opposite way. The startups with no revenue, cold, raw, unproven. To most, a scary blind spot, a black hole of risk. But to a real angel investor, this is the gold mine screaming to be claimed, the battleground where legacies are made, where true freedom thrives. You feel it too, right? That restless urge to break the cycle, to not follow the herd, to not settle for safe bets that only lead to the same tedious outcomes. You know all too well the frustration, watching the market swallow safe, reliable companies that never really change anything. The pain of watching creativity get boxed, innovation smothered by spreadsheets and quarterly reports. The world celebrates obedience, but you hunger for rebellion. Startups with no revenue, that's where the real magic hides, and here's why. This isn't just about numbers, it's about possibility wrapped in raw ambition. No revenue means no chains yet. No old customers, no legacy tech trapping them in the past, no appearance of normalcy in the way. It means freedom, the freedom to sculpt the future untamed by yesterday's failures. When you see a startup with zero revenue, what you're actually seeing is courage, the grit to start something from nothing, the fire burning to rewrite the rules nobody else dares to question. It isn't about luck or guessing. It's a calculated defiance against the status quo that rewards copycats and punishes visionaries. Investing in a startup with no revenue is the single most powerful bet on human will, on a founder's unstoppable force that numbers can't yet capture. This is where the game shifts from playing small to playing all in. The first thing that needs to be understood: the absence of revenue is not a liability, it's an amplifier of potential. Early revenue is comforting like a cage. It lures most investors thinking it's a safe zone, but all it does is box in the vision, breed complacency, and limit transformation. Early customers and income shape the company into something that must replicate itself endlessly for survival. Meanwhile, the true innovators, the insurgents, are still drawing their blueprints in the dark, setting their sights on mountains no one else has even dared to climb. That potential you have in front of you? It's fluid, unedited, rebellious. It's not painted by numbers, it's shaped by limitless belief. And yes, it's scary. But that fear, that uncertainty, that's the smoke that signals fire. The founders behind zero revenue startups, they're not waiting for permission. They're questioning everything the market has decided is normal. They aren't fitting into molds, they're breaking them with every move. For an angel investor, this is not just an opportunity, it's a calling. Their pain is real too. The pain of watching conventional deals that promise stability but deliver stagnation. The pain of seeing scarcity masquerade as wisdom. But here, with startups still earning their stripes in the silence, the pain morphs into power. When you invest at zero revenue, you don't just fund a company, you ignite a movement. You choose the unlikely hero, the underdog story that will bleed innovation into every corner of the world. Startup founders at this stage are hungry, not just for money, but for belief, for partnership from someone who sees the cyclone behind the calm. As an angel investor, your insight can be the difference between them becoming another number lost in the grind, or rewriting the financial and cultural rules in ways that revolutionize industries. The real edge you hold is the ability to see beyond the surface, to read between shadows and light, to sense where the system fails to reward, and instead, reward those who defy it. Zero revenue means no unnecessary baggage, no exhausting the spirit on chasing the wrong customers. This is a clean slate, an empty battlefield demanding vision, grit, and most importantly, a willingness to endure uncertainty, knowing the payoff is freedom itself. And freedom isn't just for the founders, it loops back to you. Investing here is your rebellion against the soul-crushing grind of mediocrity. It's your stake in a future where being exceptional isn't just admired, it's inevitable. It's about opening a door to a reality where those who dream and dare become who they're meant to be, unshackled by outdated rules and tired patterns. If you think about the pain you felt from deals that ran dry, from founders who compromised their vision under pressure to deliver quick revenue, you understand that the safest path isn't safe at all. It's a silent surrender. The world doesn't change because we play it safe. It changes because of the noise we refuse to quiet, the bets we take on belief over balance sheets. The founders without revenue aren't hiding from profit. They're dragging themselves through fire to build foundations so strong They won't collapse under the weight of easy money. This is resilience in its purest form. When you place your capital here, you're not gambling blindly, you're investing courage. You're investing in people who climb out early and say, "We will do this differently." They're not waiting to prove the formula works. They're writing the formula as they go, daily risking everything because their vision can't wait for permission or perfect timing. Here's a rarely told truth. The most explosive, transformative growth stories didn't start with profits. They started with conviction, fueled by struggle, with hunger so loud it made markets listen. Airbnb, Uber, even Tesla. None had early revenue that screamed, "Look at me." They had belief in investors who saw the fight in their eyes, the fire in their plans. This is the secret weapon you hold, the ability to see beyond today's financial reality to tomorrow's paradigm shift. There's also a deep emotional advantage here that often goes ignored. When revenue is zero, the founders depend on angel investors, not just for money, but for humanity. Mentorship that respects their individuality, partnership that fuels their fire, not dims it. You become part of their story, their rebellion against a system that wants them predictable, docile. You're not just capital, you're oxygen. You help shape not just the company, but the future they believe in. And every time a zero revenue startup you backed disrupts a market, it's your courage that validates theirs. You break cycles and create new ones. That's an obsession worth having. So how can you, as an angel investor, make the most of this magic? First, drop the illusions of control. This stage is chaos by design. Don't expect metrics to narrate the full story. You must tune into passion, the founder's clarity of purpose, their ability to pivot without losing soul. Look for fight, not just plans. Observe who is stubbornly humble, who learns fast and guards their fire. Second, see this as partnership, not sponsorship. Your value isn't just your cash, your experience, your network, your singular belief. These are the currencies that convert zero into breakthrough. Be ruthless in cutting out noise around the startup, but gentle in guiding its spirit. Third, align yourself with founders who don't just want to launch a startup. They want to ignite a movement. Those who carry the pain of this world and refuse to accept it as unchangeable. Those who want to transform old systems, not just exploit them. Fourth, play the long game. The market shoves fast wins in your face, but the real returns are earned by those patient enough to let fire grow slow and fierce. Don't let impatience dilute your legacy. This stage demands time, trust, and a fierce willingness to watch your investment burn before it blazes. Most important, remember why you became an angel investor in the first place: to break molds, shatter ceilings, create paths where there were none. Zero revenue startups need you because they can't be controlled by profit-driven models yet. They don't want your templates. They want your radical belief in something not yet seen. This is your gateway to true impact, your rebellion against a system that already boxed out innovation. Embrace it with every fiber of your being. This is more than investing. This is liberation. This is transforming pain into power, uncertainty into freedom, silence into a roar that can't be ignored. If you step onto this path, you join the few who refuse to bow to norms, who build the world they want to live in, not the one handed to them. And that's a promise more valuable than any revenue number. Stay with it. Stay hungry. Because the revolution you fund here today will echo far beyond any balance sheet. So,